On 3.4 The will to win warming up. 1. Get into pairs, discuss and tick the most appropriate answer. A. You may have lost the match, but, it is important that you start fighting with your opponent. 2. It is important to have the will to win. 3. It is important that you blame the organizers for the rough ground. B. Success is always measured by ability to pounce upon at the opponent and fight with full force. 2. Match fixing before the match begins. 3. Ability to bounce back after a fall. C. For attaining success, we need to sleep day in and day out and dream about success. 2. Scheme out things to make the opponent fall. 3. Work hard day and night for it. 2. How can we achieve success in life? Complete the boxes by filling the essential qualities required for achieving success. Requirements for success 122. Work hard. 3. Discuss and write 5 proverbs/quotations related to the importance of having a strong willpower. A, B, C, D, E, 4. Complete the following table. Make a list of great personalities of present and past who have achieved success in different walks of life. You can take help of your school library or search on the internet. Politics, social work, sports, music. 123 The will to win. Burton Braley was born in Madison, Wisconsin, USA. He inherited his father's talent in writing and had shown his talent at a young age of 11, when he published his first work, a fairy tale called Why the Grass is Green. Braley was considered a person who was always optimistic and held the belief that everything is possible. Braley had written around 4,000 verses and several hundred short stories, making him one of the most widely read American poets of his era. In this poem, the poet teaches us to have the will to win, come what may. L. Scheme, plan. L. Fret, worry, be anxious. L. Sagacity, wisdom and good judgment. L. Pertinacity, constant determination. L. Famished, extremely hungry. L. Gaunt, very thin, especially from disease, hunger, or cold. L. Grim, serious, unhappy. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, work day and night for it, give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for, fret for and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it. If you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty, famished or gaunt or sickness or pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it. Burton Braley. 124 English Workshop 1. A. In order to achieve success, the poet wants us to A, B, C, B. Write as many phrases as you can using enough and use them in your sentences. Example, good enough. C. What does the word scheme mean here? Choose the correct alternative from the following. A. Housing colony. B. Goal in life. C. Rhyme pattern. D. Plan of action. D. Do you think the line give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it means that one should be desperate or restless to achieve one's goal? Explain your opinion, in your notebook. E. Following lines are given to you. Find their appropriate meanings after discussing with your partner. A. To go out and fight for it. B. If you gladly sweat for, fret for, and plan for it. C. Lose all your terror of opposition for it. D. With all your capacity, strength, and sagacity. F. Read the poem again and complete the web showing all those things that can turn one away from one's efforts towards a goal. Things that can turn you away from goals. G. Find the lines from the poem which mean A. Become crazy for the goal. B. Toil hard happily. C. Get rid of all fears. 125. D. Make efforts continuously. E. Extremely poor condition. 2. The poet has mentioned some hurdles in the poem that keep us away from achieving our goal in our life. Discuss with your partner and make a list of all the hurdles mentioned in the poem. L. Sickness. L. 3. The poem explicitly describes some strengths and weaknesses with the help of some words and phrases. The poet wants us to possess all the strengths and keep away from all the weaknesses. Make a list of all the words and phrases showing strengths in Table A and weaknesses in Table B. 1 is done for you. A strengths L work day and night LL sickness LB weaknesses LLLL4. Listen to the poem carefully and state whether the following statements are true or false. Correct the false statements. A. If you want a thing you should not give up your sleep. B. You should be afraid of your opposition. C. Cold or poverty cannot keep you away from achieving your goal. D. You can achieve your goal with the help of God. E. Life will not seem useless and worthless without achieving your goal. 5. Form pairs and complete the web with suitable responses. Tell the class what all things the poet wants us to do to win. The poet wants us to give up our sleep 126-6. Match the phrases in Table A with lines of the poem given in Table B. Phrases lines: 1. Toil hard, A. If you want a thing bad enough. 2. Get rid of all, B. If neither cold or poverty, famished. 3. Extremely poor condition, C. To work day and night for it. 4. Need desperately, D. Lose all your terror of the opposition for it. 7. Every stanza begins with word if. How does it add to the effectiveness of the poem? 8. A. In poetry, when words/ideas are arranged in an ascending order of importance, the figure of speech used is called climax. For example, man should work for his family, his country, but most of all for God. L. Pick out 2 examples of climax from the poem. B. When some words, in the line of the poem, express the same idea in different ways, the figure of speech used is tautology. For example, happy and joyful. Motionless and still. L. Pick out 2 examples of tautology from the poem. C. Pick out 1 example of the following figures of speech. 1. Antithesis, 2. Alliteration, 3. Repetition, 9. Work in group and prepare and present a speech on how to achieve success. You may take help of the poem. 10. Read the poem again and write an appreciation of the poem The Will to Win in a paragraph format. Refer to page number 5, 11. Project: make a list of Burton Braley's collection of selected poems. You can take help of your teacher, library, or search on internet. Recite Braley's any one poem in front of the class. Superscript 2 Superscript 2 Superscript 2 Superscript 2 127